I'm not joking. Also want to thank those who helped to make this happen. To bring the menorah here. Kana, Mushki, Michael. I'd like to thank the City of Edmonds for making this possible. The police department and the fire department. I'd like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Solzbank, who couldn't make it today, for sponsoring today's event. Thank you very, very much. When you think about Hanukkah, many things come to mind. First of all, the Jewish people were fighting over oil before it was a popular thing to do. Think about what we're standing here today, and the Greeks start shopping around for a bailout. But on a serious note, the menorah represents a lot of important things. A lot of beautiful messages are represented in the menorah. There's an old Hasidic saying that you have to listen, this old Yiddish saying, that we have to listen closely to what the candles of the menorah are saying. The candles, the fire, the flames of the menorah are saying very powerful messages, and it's important to listen to their story. And we'll do that a bit tonight. I can't forget this, but really the one who made this happen, I want to thank you so much, is my wife Goldie, who's hiding in the back right there. And of course my kids, Chaya and Risha. Without them keeping us on our toes, we wouldn't be here today. Firstly, I'd like to thank Carolyn LaFay for being here from the mayor's office. Thank you very, very much, and also for helping making this happen. I'd like to ask Carolyn, I think she has a letter from the mayor, to please address us.
Thank you very much. This is a great turnout, and I'm so happy to be part of this. The mayor sends his regrets, and he could not be here today, but he did ask me to read a letter in his absence. Dear friends, the story of Hanukkah tells the tale of a small dedicated group of Maccabees who overcame immense hardship and oppression to miraculously defeat one of the greatest military powers of all time. This important gathering here today brings out one of the beautiful messages of Hanukkah, a message of freedom and liberty. One of the founding principles of this great country is the understanding that we are all created equal and that each and every person has the God-given gift of freedom and liberty. We are very proud that this great celebration is taking place here in Edmonds for the very first time. We wish the Shabbat Jewish community much continued success with its vital and special work in educating and celebrating the Jewish heritage. May the Hanukkah lights continue to share this important message and bring warmth, light, and freedom to our world. On behalf of the City of Edmonds, have a happy Hanukkah. Sincerely, David O. Earl.
Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. Before we move on with the lighting of the Hanukkah, I would like to call up, we have a representative from the Freedom Foundation, Mr. David Rowland, to please say a few words.
Thank you very much, Rabbi. It is my great pleasure to be here today and to celebrate the lighting of the menorah. My background is in religious liberty law, and one of the things that I've always appreciated about the story of Hanukkah is that it highlights a couple of important truths. And the first is that in this world there will always be those who will try and prevent people of faith from expressing their faith and living their faith. But it also tells us the story that when God's people persevere and stand up for what they know to be true, that in the end they will succeed and that God will bless them accordingly. Today we live in a nation that ensures that people will have the right to worship God as according to their conscience, and that they have the privilege that can't be taken away. So here we are gathered in a public place to celebrate this holiday, and it is such a blessing that everyone can gather together and join this celebration. The Freedom Foundation is incredibly pleased to be part of that, and we celebrate along with you. Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Just before we move on with the blessings and the lighting of the menorah, there are many messages of the lights of Hanukkah. And everybody has the message that they listen to and that they hear. I just want to point out one message, just a suggestion. Menorah, we light it when it gets dark. The menorah in the Holy Temple, they lit during the day. But this menorah, the Hanukkah menorah, is supposed to light as the sun sets when it's dark. because the whole idea of a menorah is illuminating the darkness. So let's speak about darkness for a moment. You know, we all have our darkness. You know, even when things are going great, business is fantastic, the family's doing great, but we always have, once in a while we'll bump into that day that things are going slow. Yesterday I thought I can conquer the world, and today the world is conquering me. I feel like I can't get out of bed. I'm scared to do the next move. I'm scared to walk because I'm scared I'm going to trip. Nothing's going good today. I mean, maybe no one here experienced it, but I heard in other places there are people who may experience this. But sometimes we have those days. It happens. It happens to everyone. It's part of life. It's normal. It's good. The lesson of the menorah is God doesn't light the menorah. We light the menorah. The flame of the menorah represents the flame, the soul that we all have, the flame of optimism, the flame of faith, the flame that always, that gives us that passion and that power to move on and continue on and to get up and do the right thing no matter how difficult it may be. So the lesson of menorah is that if we're having a hard day, something's not going well, sometimes there are legitimate issues, we got to remember that the place will find comfort. The place will find that optimism. The place will find that hope is not somewhere outside of ourselves. All we got to do is look inside. And all of it is stored deep in there. Just bring it out. And that joy, that natural intrinsic joy will come shining out like the flame of the menorah. I think we all have a candle. I don't know how successful we'll be in lighting it because it's a bit windy out here. But if you can, we're going to go around, try to catch the flame from this central candle here before we light the menorah with your personal flame.
There we go.
We're supposed to be morning right now. Look
Thank
at the
you.
sunny sky, right?
Oh.
Please join in the blessings. Tonight we make two blessings.
It may just not be. Just hold it low. There we go. You can watch
You got the words right here. Ati lechana elishabeya tikom betefilati visham toda nizabeya liyetakim azbeya mitzora megabeya adek mor v'shir mizmor kanu kadam izbeya adek mor v'shir mizmor kanu kadam. We all know the song. Oh, Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, let's have a drink. Happy songs we'll sing and a lot kiss we'll eat. And while we're singing, the candles are burning low. And one for each night they shed us with light to remind us of days long ago. Hey, one for each night they set us with light to remind us of days long ago. It's unbelievable. Oh, Hanukkah, Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather around the table, all have and lot kiss will lead. And while we're singing, the candles are burning bright. One for each night they shed us with light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night they shed us with light to remind us of days long ago.
Yeah, Barbara. She came once when Barbara found us.
There's still some kosher stuff here. Some people didn't believe me. It's kosher. And please join us Wednesday evening, 5:30 at the Chabad. If you need information, right here, JewishSnohomish.com. We would love to meet you. Thank you so much for coming and making this so beautiful. Chag Sameach and Happy Hanukkah.